today I added 1,000 shares of Palantir. But I also added another 1,000 shares the day before. The earnings that came out, they were absolutely not great. They were not phenomenal, and we did not hit it out of the park. But were they bad? No. Were they terrible? Certainly not. Were they worthy of a downtrend of 25%? Are you out of your mind? Absolutely not. We estimated a 30% year-over-year growth rate, and we hit 31%, which means we came in within estimates. Did we hit all our numbers? No. Did we come awfully close? Absolutely. Is there some unbelievable takeaways and unbelievable positives that can be taken away from the last earnings call? Absolutely there is, sure. First of all, Alex Karp. A lot of people are criticizing how he spoke. A lot of people are criticizing his opening statement. A lot of people are criticizing that he was just babbling. He was not babbling. It couldn't be further from the truth that he was babbling. I did a video the other day, and I explained after he spoke that I feel the passion, I feel the love, and I feel the absolute commitment he has, not only to Palantir, but also to the entire world. I see a man that's super frustrated that he's putting everything into this company, and this company is putting everything into America and her allies, and they're not getting the recognition that they deserve. I also saw a man that was super frustrated of all the sugarcoating that's going on in the world. A man that is obviously stating things are a lot worse than people know. And things could get a lot worse. He said that we are the closest that we've ever been to nuclear war. Guys, things are serious. He also said there's a lot of things that I would like to tell you, but I can't tell you. He was obviously frustrated. Then Shankar came in at the end, and he says that we have a lot of contracts coming out. He gave a base case scenario, I think it's 470 million off the top of my head. But he says that there is a tremendous possibility of an upside. Why? He basically spelled it out for us. There are tons of contracts that we are signing up with countries, specifically Ukraine, specifically NATO, and a lot of those contracts we just can't sign. But clear as day, he said, it does not mean that we're not working with these countries. It doesn't mean that we don't have the contracts. And he says, we're not gonna leave you stranded. We're not gonna leave you alone just because you didn't get a chance to sign a document during wartime. They're gonna get to that at the end. They're gonna get to the money at the end. These countries are not going anywhere. Once you use Palantir, you ain't going nowhere else. Let's concentrate on a couple of positives. Palantir debt, $0. Cash on hand, over $2 billion. Over $50 million worth of gold bullion. $500 million credit line, and they used $0 from that credit line. Palantir is growing tremendously. If you look at the chart, Gotham has a total addressable market like this, right? All the circles expand. But Foundry started around halfway of where Gotham is, which is a bigger total addressable market. And now you have Apollo that started around halfway here, and Apollo just has a tremendous total addressable market. And what does Apollo allow you to do? Apollo lets you plug and play into various different cloud systems and various different networks. The other night, we were talking to CodeStrap on Amit's channel, him and Chris, shout out to all three of them. And CodeStrap says that Palantir is doing something called decentralization. Decentralization means a divorce from the need for a central authority, or no need for centralization. The less one entity controls you, the more decentralized you get. Since there's Apollo, and there's obviously Palantir Edge AI, Palantir Edge AI is the ability to store and deliver data without the need and use of a cloud. So now Apollo is going to let you plug and play into different cloud systems, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, Google, so on and so forth. And in the future, hopefully, is going to diminish your need for a cloud system altogether because of that edge AI technology. So instead of being the next cloud, they're going to be the first edge AI using their technology that they use for the military for mega cap, large caps, medium caps, small caps, micro caps, businesses. Huge potential and growth, guys. You know, don't be like this. Don't be nearsighted. Peripheral vision. Bigger picture. Lots of possibilities and lots of growth. Department of Defense. 5 primes. Hardware primes. What does that mean? You need a Stinger missile, you go to Lockheed & Martin. You need a tank, you go to this company. You need an airplane, you go to this company. You need rifles, you go to this company. Hardware. Physical things that you can actually grab and use with your hands. No prime software companies. What exactly is a prime for the Department of Defense? That means everything is built around you, and anytime there is a need for something, they go to you first. You are the point of contact. And Palantir is only the 6th company that's a prime for Department of Defense, and they're trying to be the only single one company as a software prime for the Department of Defense. Guys, do me a favor. Think about it, right? Like really just think about it. How much do you think that's worth? Being the only company that's a prime, which is the go-to for the military as a software company. Do me a favor, think about it. Cloud, how big is cloud for Amazon? How big is cloud for IBM, Microsoft, and Google? Huge. Now think about if you come up with a new system that's not reliant on cloud or diminishes your need for cloud, and then they're going to reinvent their cloud, doing it a little bit different. What's that worth? Huge. What's it worth to have a company that has 0 debt, a lot of money on their balance sheet, with a couple of billion coming in for contracts that still need to be completed, tens of millions of dollars of gold bullion, and a $500 million line of credit that they can pull from at any point in time? What is it worth in this type of macroeconomic environment where rates are going up? The whole point of bringing down tech sector, bringing down tech stocks, bringing down growth stocks is because of this notion that if you're a growth stock, you need to borrow money, and that's going to affect your bottom line. Well, if you have a company like Palantir that needs to borrow $0 because they have $0 in debt, or they can pull from their very cushy $500 million line of credit that they don't have to go and get destroyed with rates in the open market right now. Well, isn't that the opposite of what's bringing down growth stocks? And yeah, Palantir is a growth stock, but they're a growth stock that does not have money problems. Most growth stocks, they have money problems. You see, Wall Street is missing it again. Or maybe I'm missing it. That's how I feel. When I bought 1,000 shares this morning, and when I bought 1,000 shares yesterday, and when I'm going to buy probably another 1,000 shares very soon, let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. The only thing I was thinking of, damn, I can't believe I was saying the same thing when I was buying shares for $20 a share, and I was spending $20,000 for 1,000 shares, as opposed to 7,000 and change for the same 1,000 shares. At the end of the day, I truly do believe in Palantir for all of the absolutely massive data points, pun intended, and information that I just spoke about Palantir. And for these reasons, I have 0 concerns about Palantir. I see the bigger picture. I see the total addressable market getting bigger, bigger, bigger. I see the moat around Palantir. I see Palantir delivering, and I see huge things coming out of Ukraine. And when I say Ukraine, I mean NATO, European Union, huge defense contracts coming up for data. Data is the new gold. And Palantir is the massive, massive shovel. The thing is, they're pretty much the only show in town when you get to a certain level. It's okay if you're at the medium level or the lower level. But once you get to this crazy level of data, Palantir is one of, if not the only bet that you have. I love Palantir. I think it has a big, bright future ahead of it. And if you want to hear a little bit more about Palantir, all I could say is click on this link right here to get some more information. Don't waste no time. Click on the link right now because I got so much more to talk about when it comes to Palantir.